Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are building the Megatron G1 version from Flame Toys. So I've actually built one before, a Megatron one, but it was the IDW version from Flame Toys. And that one I had a really difficult time building, and I gotta admit, this one I'm also having a difficult time building, but you'll see later on. So right now we're just building the hands. It comes with a lot of different hands, and I ended up not using any of them except for the fist. And I really don't understand why they even bothered the hand with the trigger finger, because there's no additional gun that comes with it where he could actually hold the gun in his hand. I mean, he's got his cannon, but that's about it. So it's kind of useless to have the trigger finger, unless if you take one of the guns from the other model kits. But then that wouldn't make any sense because it's not his gun. But I guess the option's there if you want to. Oh, and if I didn't mention it before, I want to thank you all for joining me here today and listening to my commentary. I hope the music isn't too loud. I had to adjust it a couple of times. So right now we're doing the right hand or hands. And some of these pieces could be a little bit confusing if you don't separate them. So make sure you don't mix them up. You'll end up with different thumbs. But I guess it would be kind of unique to have different thumbs. So here's the trigger finger, which you don't really use. I mean, they're nice hands and all, and the trigger finger is really nice, but they didn't come with a gun to hold it in. Oh, and I did mention that I didn't use any of these hands except for the fist, and that's because later on in the build you'll see that I had a really difficult time trying to put the hands, attach the hands to the arm or the wrist. It was so difficult that I didn't bother switching out the hands. And this whole entire build was kind of difficult, to be honest with you. I feel like Flame Toys could have done a better job at engineering these model kits. There's a lot of unnecessary parts, I believe, unnecessarily complicated parts. And I really struggled trying to build this model. and I honestly don't recommend this model kit for beginning builders. It just seems so difficult, so advanced. So this model kit would probably be okay for people who want some challenge or are looking for a challenge. Maybe the other models have gotten too easy for them and they want something more challenging. This would be it. I mean, I don't like to discourage anyone from buying a model kit because we all have different levels of building and different experiences. So sometimes you might get a little bit bored with some of the other model kits that are easy to assemble. You can finish it in an hour. But then there are some of us out there who might like more of a challenge, but only recommend it for people who are more experienced at building models. And I guess that's where Flame Toys comes in, because some of their models are really difficult to build. Like I mentioned before, the Megatron one, the IDW version, that was just extremely difficult to build. But yeah, if you like more of a relaxing and not so stressful build, then I would not recommend this. There was actually a moment where I was so stressed out trying to build it that I wanted to quit. I was questioning myself if I should continue doing model building. That's how difficult it was. So you gotta make sure with this piece that you're putting it in the right way. See, there should be like a little stoppage at the bottom, and you gotta make sure it's on the bottom, and this part that you're putting in is on the top. I think I had it the wrong way, that's why it wouldn't fit. Yeah, you see that little piece, that little stoppage at the bottom. Yeah, this was really difficult. I edited out a whole bunch of stuff here, like probably 10 minutes worth of stuff, because I couldn't get it in there. Yeah, I had to stop for a minute. If you notice my fingers, they're in a lot of pain. It's almost bleeding. There you go. Finally. Oh, that hurt. Look at my fingers. It's almost in the bleeding stage there. Close to it. Yeah, when I was building this, I was like, yeah, this is definitely Flame Toys. I feel like they just need better engineering, like make the parts fit a little bit better. It seems like that all the parts are way too tight. They're slightly bigger than what it should be. The tolerance of it. They should make it like a, what is it, 100mm smaller, I guess, in order to have it fit better. I mean 1/100th of a millimeter, not 100mm. 1/100th of a millimeter. But then again, I'm not the engineer, so probably wouldn't know how to do it myself. And I hope the music isn't annoying anyone. I thought it was a pretty nice, cool music. And round 2 here. Yeah, I struggle with this one too. So the first one was difficult and the second one was also difficult. It pretty much took the same amount of time, but you don't see all that. Here you go, you see that? That little piece at the bottom? There's like a little thing sticking out on the bottom. That should be on the bottom. Yeah, for some reason it just wouldn't fit. There you go. It goes all the way to the bottom. And this one, this piece goes on top. I just gave it all my weight to it. Yeah, I wasn't so gentle with this one. Unlike the first one, I was worried I might break it, but the second one I just put all my weight into it. So yeah, I edit a lot of this stuff out. Originally, I believe the video was like 2 hours and 30 minutes, and now I was able to cut it down to 1 hour and 30. So I cut out about an hour's worth of stuff of me struggling. Okay, so that little piece there, I actually don't recommend you putting that in there because you're gonna have to take it out later on during the build. Well, once you're finished. Yeah, you don't really need that. I was just trying to make sure I got it in the right place. Yeah, that flat part. And then that bottom part, that little tab goes on the bottom. Like I said, you don't need to put that in there, that little tab. I would probably just keep it separate until you finish building it. And you'll see later on, because that little tab, you're gonna have to remove it in order to put it in his gun cannon. So that's where his gun cannon goes. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out where that went and how it's supposed to go in. Most of the stuff in this build took me a while to figure out where everything went. And different times would I have to take it apart and put it back together again. And once again, you don't need that little tab. Yeah, this little thing here. Don't really need to use it at this moment. And the same thing goes for the back part of the model. It also has those little tabs, and I wouldn't bother putting those in either, because then you have to put in the his gun, or the barrel of the gun, in his back, and you have to remove those little tabs. And just FYI, as I'm recording this, it's actually Saturday, January 24th, and there's supposed to be a snowstorm coming in, so wait for that. I hope everyone stays safe. And I'm actually supposed to be working today, but the business closed because of the snowstorm, or impeding snowstorm. Okay, so this red part is the eyes, and make sure you put it in correctly. The bend part, it should be on top. It should be bending upwards. That's how the eye is supposed to go in. See how it bends upwards? Now this is an odd piece. I was wondering what that was, but it just attaches to the helmet. I guess it's better than the first Megatron one, the IDW version. That was really tough, trying to assemble the head. I remember having a very hard time assembling the head for that one. Almost to the point of breaking it or damaging it. So I guess they kind of learned from that, and they made it a little bit easier this time. So the smaller ball goes on top and the larger ball goes on the bottom. And there's a slot for it to go through. Like that. And also, again, very difficult to assemble this one. I had to really put a lot of pressure into it. As you can see, my fingers are in pain again. Yeah, you really need to put a lot of pressure into it. Just don't break it. There you go. Now, if you guys like Transformers as much as I do, then stick around some more, because I've got some new stuff coming out. When I say new stuff, I mean like really new stuff that I just received. I ordered and then I received it. And I'm actually ordered another one that was also a Transformers. That'll be interesting. I'll try to get that out for you guys. So stick around and find out. Alright, so I've got beef with this piece or these pieces. This was probably the most difficult piece to assemble, the shoulder joints. Not what I'm doing right now, but later on you'll see. This was so difficult to assemble. I mean, it looks easy enough, looks simple, but you'll see, it's not so easy. So yeah, about the Transformers stuff, there's a lot of Transformers stuff going on lately. You've got some really nice stuff from Bloki's and from Yellow Park. And I also have one more piece from Flame Toys that you guys might like. But I might do that much later because this one took a lot out of me. Yeah, this was a really tough build. Yes, I was building this one, I was like, I don't think I want to do another Flame Toys. But then I remember I have another one. Yeah, just one more to go. But I might do that much later, give my fingers a rest a bit. And if that one's also as difficult as this one, I might just call it quits with Flame Toys for a while. Because to me, I feel like when you're building these models, you should have fun building it, not be stressed out. and struggling so much. It should be fun and enjoyable. But yeah, I wasn't having fun and it wasn't really enjoyable. My fingers hurt a lot. So yeah, the next flame toys I do, if it's as difficult as these, then I might not do another flame toys. I don't think I want to go through that again, or go through this again. And once again, those little tabs, you don't need them, especially the one on the right hand side, like this one here, because that's where you're gonna place the barrel on the back. So you can just avoid putting the tabs on the right side there. So you need to bring that arm piece out or shoulder piece out for it to fit in there. And make sure you press it all the way in and flush. So that's the shoulder piece there. That's gonna give me a whole bunch of problems. You'll see. And my fingers hurt just looking at it right now. I'm still a little bit in pain. I probably don't recommend putting this piece together. I would probably recommend you doing the shoulders first, assembling the shoulders before putting any of these other pieces in there. Because later on you'll see I had to remove all of those pieces just so I can get to the shoulder and put in that piece in the shoulder. So you could probably skip all this stuff here. Okay, here comes the difficult part. Yeah, I'm already feeling sick of what's coming up because I know what's coming up. Yeah, these little pieces here, oh boy, they're the worst. Okay, so the hole there, if you notice right there, it's smaller on the inside. It's like the hole's bigger at the left side and it's smaller on the right side. So as I'm trying to assemble this, the hole is actually smaller. So that's why it won't go in, because it's small. Look, you can see there's a... Well, I actually edit most of that out. Yeah. So what I ended up doing was that I shaved down with a knife the ends of the pegs there, the shoulder pegs, and I was able to just shove it in there as hard as I could. You'll see again. I ended up showing you with the other one because I did it off camera. I was struggling for like 5-10 minutes with it, and I decided to just turn off the camera and try to figure out how to put them in there. And I ended up just shaving off pieces of it at the ends to make it smaller so it'll fit in to the holes there. Even though it's in, it's not completely in. If you notice it, if you can see it, I still couldn't get it all the way in. So here I decided to just take it apart, make it easier on myself. Yeah, I was trying to make it flush, but it doesn't get flush. You can't really push it in any further. But then when you twist it around a bit, it comes apart again. Okay, here's round 2. And this one I'll show you a little bit how I was able to get it in there. Once again, it doesn't fit because the hole is smaller than the actual peg of that shoulder. So it doesn't fit in there. So here's what I did here with the first and the second peg. I just shave it down a bit. I actually spent a lot of time shaving it down, but I edit most of it out. That's me editing that out, and it's nice and smaller now, somewhat. And it's still difficult to push it in there, but at least it's in. And my fingers were in a lot of pain, as you can see. Still doesn't go all the way in. I still couldn't get it all the way in. So I decided to just take it apart. Like I said, don't put it together. Just leave it where it was before. Just have it all in pieces. It'll be easier to assemble. Yeah, took a lot of time and effort. I'm trying to wiggle it in. Probably took me like 10 minutes to get this in there. 10 minutes per side. The right side and the left side. And it looks like it's flush now, but when you assemble it and you're moving it around a bit, it comes loose again. but I'm not gonna bother redoing it once I was finished. Yeah, pretty much just want it to be over with. Yeah, I really don't understand why they have to make it that difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult. It's just a short shoulder joint. You just connect them. I don't know why they have to make it so difficult. Just makes me wonder if people who make these things, did they actually build them? Have they tried building them? Yeah, kind of question about that. So these pieces here, I really don't understand it. They're like the wrists, I believe. And I don't understand why they need to make it so difficult to install the hands to the wrist. If I'm correct, if this is the arm part, I believe it is. And these ball joints, they don't really fit very well when you try to fit things in there. Oh no, this isn't the arm. This is the kind of like the chest piece or the abdominal part. Okay, no, never mind. It's a different part. But yeah, it seems like every piece where there's a ball joint, it's very difficult to assemble. And you'll see later on, I also struggled with this piece because of all the ball joints. That's a nice piece actually. Very shiny. I mean, I appreciate the details on this one. The only problem is that once you put it on the chest or abdomen, it's like, what's the point of it swiveling? I don't understand that part. You'll see later. Here you see it's a ball joint, and I'm about to place it upside down here. Needs to be right side up. There you go. Finally figured it out. Takes me a while. And there's a ball joint, so I don't understand that. Why? Why does it need to swivel like that? Doesn't really do anything. The other Megatron model kits that I have, they don't swivel. I'm not sure why they need to have that part swivel as a ball joint. Okay, now we're doing the leg units. These are also difficult, especially the joints. And the skirt, the front skirt, the crotch area, also a bit of a pain. I would probably recommend you gluing it after you're finished building it. So these pieces here are pretty easy. It's the later pieces you'll see. I ended up damaging the feet, or one of these feet. So make sure the flat part is on the other side. So the round part should be on the bottom and the flat part should be in the top, like that. That's the flat part. Yeah, it looks easy enough, right? Well, that's about to change. Yeah, I'm beginning to see why not many YouTubers are doing flame toys. I can see why. If they struggled as much as I have struggled, then they probably don't want to do it anymore. Don't want to build any more flame toys. And I feel like, you know, when you're selling these models up in, I grabbed these from Hobby Lobby. So if you've got some kids wanting to build these models and they're having a hard time building these, they might actually quit building models because they feel that it's so difficult to build. And I really don't want them to feel that way. So Flame Toys really needs to do something about it and make it simpler, easier, not so difficult. Because you're gonna drive away a lot of future model builders, or at least have on your box for advanced model builders only, or something like that, or an advanced level like 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5 or something, and have this as a 5 you know, so they know that it's supposed to be difficult. Because you're gonna drive away your future customers. Alright, so here's the part that's difficult to assemble. So you gotta make sure that little knob goes in there. Oh, and please like and subscribe if you're still watching us here. If you're still listening to me do commentaries. There you go. Took me a while actually. I mean, I edit most of it out, but yeah, it took me a while to get that in there. And this other part here, I actually kind of broke it a little bit, you'll see. But yeah, they really shouldn't, Flame Toys really shouldn't make it so difficult. They're kind of destroying their own customer base, or future customer base. I mean, you want them to have fun building these, not struggle. You don't want this to be their first impression of building models. Then they're gonna think all models are like this and they'll just stop building. Because I wanted to stop building after building this model. And you'll see here, it doesn't quite fit in there. And I actually ended up stressing the plastic. As you can see here, it's gotten a little white there on the top because I try to press it too much and stressing it. Yeah, it just wouldn't go in. It's like I tried multiple times. See that? I just stressed out the pieces there. Kind of destroyed it. Yeah, I got frustrated. So I just went with a blade, a razor blade here. And just cut it down to size a little bit. Make it narrower. Yeah, I wasn't playing with it anymore. After multiple tries, I just had enough with it. You really shouldn't have to do that in a model building kit. Should be easier. Oh, finally, you see, finally went in. So if you're gonna assemble that piece, you might want to do the same thing that I just did. Just shave it down a little bit. Make it easier on yourself so you don't stress the piece like that. Well, that was another frustrating thing, and we'll come later to another stressful thing. It's like one stressful thing after another. So yeah, it actually made me want to quit building because of this model here. And just imagine if you've got a new model builder, someone who's picking up this kit for the first time to build their first model, and this is the experience that they're getting. Yeah, I don't think they want to continue buying or building these model kits. And that kind of ruins the experience for everyone. Because then Flame Toys can't make money and people won't buy their stuff. And also, you know, Gundam model kits are gonna have the same kind of bad rap that it's gonna be difficult to build. So they might not wanna even buy any model kits from Bandai or any kind of Gundam model kits or Blockies model kits. I mean, I guess a smart business person would think about their future and their future customers. I mean, I'm not saying that Flame Toys isn't smart, but you just need to make some adjustments. And if they want it to be difficult, then put it on the box that it's gonna be for advanced builders only. Okay, so I put that in the wrong way, and as I was trying to assemble it, it wouldn't go in. Took me a while to figure it out. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I bought this flyer here from a hobby store. Came in handy. I've actually used it a couple of times with this build. I mean, if you're buying pliers like that, make sure you get the ones without teeth, because that'll ruin the model. The ones that I have, they're flat, so there's no teeth or anything. It's flat, but it's circular on the outside. So as you can see here, the whole part should be out, not downwards like what I had before. Once again, comes in handy here. Add a little plier. Now, for some reason, this was pretty easy to build. I mean, to attach that bottom part, but then the other one wasn't so easy. If anyone from Flame Toys is watching this, then please take my advice, please. I don't want anyone to lose business or stop making models. But I do want everyone to enjoy building models. And you can't enjoy it if it's this difficult to build. And you guys do have, Flame Toys do make really nice models. I like their stuff. I mean, the one I had for the Optimus Prime, that was pretty easy build. That was actually pretty good. I had fun doing it. But once again, the moment I got to Megatron, again, it becomes difficult. So I'm not sure why Optimus Prime was so easy, but everything else has to be hard. And like I said, this other one that I have, I'm gonna see if it's as difficult. If it is, then that's probably might be it for me building Flame Toys. I think model building should be fun and enjoyable. And we all get into this hobby to have fun and enjoy our hobby. Right, so this piece here was kind of confusing. Took me a while to figure it out. But this is the correct way here, like that. But for some reason I kept turning it around and twisting it and back and forth. But eventually I came back to where I was before. Yeah, as you can see, every piece is very tight. They don't have much tolerance. So you gotta really push it in. And when you do, you could break the parts. Oh, and one thing that I should mention, that on the runners, there's a couple of runners where the plastic's very stiff and hard. You gotta be very careful cutting those out, especially those little ones, those little circular hexagonal pieces, because a few of them flew out as I was cutting them. Like, there's two parts to it, two connecting pieces on the runners, and when I cut out just one part of it, the other one just snapped out and flew out. And luckily I was able to get it back. Usually when it flies off like that, it just disappears into nowhere, into a black hole or something. Yeah, that's happened to me before. A piece flies out of the runner and just disappears, and I could never find it again. And I still don't know where it is till this day. I've had two pieces like that of one flying out, and I don't know where it is now. I mean, I've searched everywhere for it, still can't find it. And it should be easy to find because it's not like a normal piece or anything. And there's still a piece of the knobs and runners attached to it, because I usually cut all the way back. Like, I don't cut it near the piece itself. But yet I can't seem to find it. But yeah, be careful with a few of the runners, especially the smaller pieces. If it's really hard plastic, might want to grab hold of it as you're cutting. Okay, so this piece was also difficult, as you can see. Oh man, I had to really look at my fingers. I was in pain after that. Oh, and I didn't mention that after doing the shoulders, I actually rested for a couple of days. I had to give it a break for a couple of days to recover because my fingers were in a lot of pain. Oh, speaking of the models disappearing, it was actually another one of the Flame toys, the Optimus Prime one. It was his weapon, and the tip of the gun, it just flew out as I was clipping it off the runners, and I don't know where it went. I couldn't find it again. And this piece here, you gotta make sure you get it in the right position like that. So it should stop right there when you bend it. See, it kind of stops right there. Oh, nope, not like that. Yeah, it should stop like that. And all those little pieces sticking out makes it difficult to squeeze them together. I don't know why they keep doing that. I mean, like the Flame Toys model kits, they're always doing that. Because I remember I had the same difficulty with the other models from Flame Toys. Once again, make sure it stops like that. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with the that stress mark there. Guess I pushed that down a little bit too hard. I don't think there's any way to fix that stress mark except to paint it, but I'm not gonna do that. I guess it'll just be my customization. The stress mark is my own customization. It makes it look unique and my own. I guess. You could always tell it's my model because it's got a stress mark at the feet there. I really need a better camera that can focus on the foreground instead of the background. So make sure you don't mix up the left and right legs. I made sure to do one leg at a time as I'm cutting the pieces out of the runners. That's how you don't get in trouble. Only cut out the parts that you need at that particular time. Don't overdo it by doing both left and right at the same time. Just do one side at a time. Once you're done, then move on to the next. Because I've learned from experience that if you try to cut out too much stuff out of the runner, you'll mess it up. You'll get confused. You don't remember which side is for the right and which is for the left. And this one is for the right side, right leg. So that extra detail work should be on the inside of the leg. Okay, so this part's supposed to fit in first. And then you can assemble it with the leg. It has to hook over on the other side there. I mean, I actually like the look of Megatron's legs and feet. Unlike the other models that I've had that has Megatron. I mean, the one from Loki's, I feel like his legs and feet are a little bit too chunky. And this one looks a little bit slimmer, a little bit better. Although I do like the Blockies one, especially with the red accents color on the inside. It's very true to the original Megatron Transformers. Yeah, you have to assemble this in first. Make sure you do that, and then you can assemble this one. Now you do have to bend that knee part a little bit in order to get it in there. See, slightly bent. See, you have to bend it like kind of like that a little bit. And that hole needs to be on the inside, so I had to turn it around like so. And that's the right leg, so you can attach it to the hip part. And now we're doing the left leg. Round 2. So I don't know if any of you guys love Transformers as much as I do. I mean, I grew up on the 80s, so I love Transformers. And I still have a lot of Transformers for you guys in future videos, especially Loki stuff. I actually bought the entire box set of the Defender. Was it the Defender 4 and 5? Yeah. And the 6 just came out recently, and I'm probably gonna get that too, so I can form Bruticus. Yeah, when I first saw Bruticus from Blockies, I was like, I'm getting it. I mean, the Constructicons, I still want that, but I still haven't gotten the whole set. But I might actually go ahead and get the whole set so I can build Constructicon or Devastator. And I'll be sure to show you guys, do a video of every one of those little Blockies Defenders and the Bruticus and Constructicons or Devastator. And each one will have its own individual video, which I kind of like. I prefer giving it its own video. Just makes it a bit more special instead of just doing one entire video of the entire build. Some of you might like that, some of you might not, and might prefer it to be one video. But it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. I don't know, I just feel like I should give every individual piece its own kind of a special video. So this way, anyone who's searching for a particular piece, they can just find it and watch that piece and not have to go through the entire building of the entire set. Alright, so the legs are done. Now we're going for the hip part. And for those of you who are into the Gundam stuff, I do have a lot of Gundams that I bought. So you'll see some more of those coming up. And there's some special surprises that's not Gundam or Transformers. And I don't know when I should start building that one. Maybe after the next few weeks, because I've gotten it I've actually received it like, was it almost a month now? But I haven't shot the video or assemble it. Okay, so this skirt part is kind of annoying actually, because it kept falling apart. It doesn't really lock in. Yeah, as you can see here, it's just freely loose. I tried pushing it in. I thought maybe I could lock it in, but it doesn't. I would actually recommend you gluing that crotch part in once you're finished building it. Not the joint part, but the what is it, the square part. I mean, I guess you don't have to once you're done building it. If you're not gonna move it a whole lot. But yeah, if you're gonna move it around a whole lot, then probably best to just glue it, because it'll just keep popping out over and over again, as you'll see in my videos. And this part here, it's kind of slides in. It's pretty neat actually. I kind of like that. Kind of reminds me of a spaceship. So Flame Toys does have some innovative ways of assembling, but sometimes they just go a little too far, a little too much innovation. Yeah, so this part here, oh, see, there you go, just keeps falling off. I don't really even recommend you bother with this part right now. Just leave it, put it to the side, because as you're assembling it, it'll just keep falling off. So might as well not put it in there at all until you're done assembling it. As you can see, as I'm trying to put this back part in there, it's hard for me to squeeze it in because that front skirt's in the way. I had to push it on the ground there. Yeah, that skirt stuff is just getting in the way. And this thing here, it's also very difficult. I edit out most of that stuff, most of my struggles. Yeah, it took me a couple of minutes to get it in there on both sides actually. So it wasn't easy. I actually thought about scraping it down a little bit. See, these skirts are annoying. Once they're pushed in, they're difficult to get out. You have to use a tweezer to get it out. Yeah, those flaps on the sides, I almost wanted to shave it down like the other ones, because it just wouldn't fit in. Alright, now we're coming to the end here. Oh, and before I forget, because I tend to forget once we get to the end, certain things that I wanted to mention. Megatron, once it's assembled, it's actually a bit bigger than the Optimus Prime one from Flame Toys. Because right now I have it right next to the Optimus Prime Flame Toys, the G1 version, and Megatron is a little bit bigger and taller than Optimus Prime, which is kind of weird, or maybe that's intentional. But yeah, he looks a bit taller and wider, heavier than Optimus. This is kind of confusing. I didn't realize it was there. I didn't even look at the other side. So the gun's pretty simple. Unlike the ones from Blockies. I think the one from Blockies is actually better. It had like a actual glass in there for the scope. And there was some more like technical design with the blaster. So yeah, I guess if you like the look of this Megatron, then it's probably, you could probably build this one, but I kind of like the Blockies version. It has more intricacies. Oh, you know what? I just remember something. That stuff that I said earlier about the head being difficult to build with the IDW version of Megatron, that was actually Blockies. Yeah, it wasn't the Flame Toys. Yeah, the Flame Toys was pretty easy, I remember. And it was the Blockies one that was difficult. The head on that one was so difficult to build. Yeah, I actually stressed out the plastic from the top of the head trying to build it. Once again with the tweezers here. And you'll see it pop out. Watch. You blink and you'll miss it. Just wouldn't go in. Once again. Those pegs. Just impossible. I don't understand it. There you go. See it? It just popped out. Blink and you'll miss it. So don't even bother putting it in there. Just leave it out. I kept torturing myself. See, there you go. There you go. Just leave it out. Don't do what I'm doing. Just torturing myself here. Keep putting it back together again. Then it just keep popping out again. Those peg joints at the hip there, it's way too difficult to assemble. It might be better to just do it perpendicular, or yeah, like that, kind of like perpendicular, and just push it in rather than trying to push it in from the sides. There you go. And I don't think it's completely in. I mean, I couldn't push it any further inwards. So I'm guessing that's as far as it can go. So I tried pushing it in even more, but I don't think it could go any further. Now, if you're comparing these sizes with other models, they're like the master grade version size. Same with the blockies, or whatever you call them. They're kind of large master grade size. And I think with Gundam models, I don't think I like master grade all that much. Now that I've built one, I mean, it's only one, but yeah, from what I've built so far, I feel like it's not really worth the money to build master grade. I mean, I know people love master grade, but I feel like real grades is enough. I mean, real grade is slightly bigger than high grade, but it's more detailed, and I think even more detailed than master grade, to be honest. I mean, I think they've changed a bit, and the master grade has gotten better. But yeah, I kind of like real grades now that I've built one real grade and one master grade. I'll only do master grade for a few of the Gundam models, but I won't be buying a whole lot of them. I'll probably buy more real grades, and plus they could fit on my shelves unlike the master grades. They kind of take up a lot of space. So these joints are also difficult to assemble. I had to like really push it in there. Same with the waist. I mean, I really pushed it in to make it lock. And this hand here, oh my god, this is so difficult. It just kept moving. That inner part, it just kept moving. See that? I can't push it in because it kept moving. I don't understand why they built it that way. Why couldn't they just make it flush? Why did they need to have it movable? So I had to edit like maybe 10 minutes worth out of that. Well, maybe not 10 minutes, but yeah, a couple of minutes worth. Because I had such a hard time trying to put the hands in there. The same thing here. Took me a couple of minutes to finally get it in there. Man, that was like the last struggle. Final hurdle, I guess you could say. And I thought the neck would be difficult too, but it wasn't. As you can see here, this is why I told you not to put the tabs in there, because now you have to remove it in order to put the barrel in there. And it's actually easier if you go from the top. If you pry it from the top, it comes out a lot easier. Like that. Nope. You pry it from the top, it comes out easier. And there you go. And I don't even know why they bother to have us place that in there if we're gonna put the barrel in there anyway. As you can see, it's the same thing on this arm here. Gotta go from the top. Pry it from the top, like that. Much easier. And we're done, finally. And I wouldn't even bother changing the hands if I were you, because it was so difficult trying to attach it. I don't want to have to take it out and attach another one. So I just kept the fist. And there you go. The skirt crotch part comes off again. Yeah, if you're gonna move it, then just glue it. It's just very annoying. Alright, that's it. The final result looks great, I think. It's just that, are you going to put in the work and effort into it? Are you up for the challenge? If you are, then this would be the kit for you. I really like the look of it, just the difficulty I don't like, but that's it. And thank you for watching my videos and listening to me talk. And please like and subscribe. It would really help me a lot since I don't have that many subscribers. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time on a next video of our build. And for now, thank you and goodbye.